It's interesting. As we were focusing on the business more, the business started taking off a little more, getting some more clients for the websites, and then the Canna OS recently.
I saw that. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. After, I think we talked a little bit about it last time. Probably we were in like the creation of it.
Yeah, you were in the process, and now you're full blown into it.
Yeah, we got on my screen now. We have 4 mobile apps, and then we have one we're working on. A couple other projects we're working on now. Really trying to just expand. Most of them are in New York, and then we got our first one in Jersey. That's really neat. You know, we didn't really see that going into a separate thing, but that being such a big niche market. We kind of had to just make 2 separate things and put the time into them accordingly. But it's going great, and I think it's interesting because last time we spoke about it, you know, it's really about like coming this far and taking that action and stuff. You know all too well.
Of course.
Going on the website, putting the 200 into the trip. You know, we're doing like a very similar thing with a lot of these marketing events where we're kind of deciding if it's worth it. Because the Jacob Javits Center, for example, they just had an event. It was like $10,000 a table. So we're like, oh, you know, maybe it's better for us to like volunteer. Maybe for us it's better to, you know, walk around and get a GA pass and walk around for free. Or,
when I was working San Diego Comic-Con, which is the biggest one in the world, they had marketing coming in from all over the world. Like I was helping people from Germany, from Japan, because they're trying to promote their new products. And the thing is, they can't bring equipment. They have to go to Target and Best Buy and buy these big flat screens and these speakers to promote their products. And then at the end of the convention, they just leave everything.
It's crazy.
You know? But yeah, they'll spend a good 10 or 20 grand on equipment to set up. And I was helping. I think these people from Germany set up their promotions for marketing because they didn't know where to put anything. So they were really nice. But yeah, it's fascinating because you got all these deliveries coming in because San Diego Comic-Con is at the convention center, which is right connected to the Marriott. So all the deliveries went into the Marriott, and it's like these huge deliveries come, like these 18-wheelers coming in from Best Buy and Target for
everywhere, and they just leave the shit because it's like they make so much money off the one client or the 2 clients where it's like that stuff is disposable.
Well, yeah, they can spend 50 grand on audio and visual equipment for like a 3-day show because they know they'll make millions on the back end selling the video game or whatever they're promoting.
That's actually insane. Yeah, that's something we're finding the balance in, and you have to just, you know, as a business, you have to just some events you're going to eat it. You know, you're going to eat the cost. You're going to
absolutely.
It's not going to be worth it. But that's the risk you have to take is just putting your face out there. Those are the best. You know, that's the best traction we have, whether it's from a business perspective or you're just trying to network yourself for anything really in life.
Yeah.
You know, when I was applying to jobs after college, sending resumes out, I didn't really do that much. Nothing really happened sending resumes to LinkedIn and, you know, Indeed. But when I walked around Portsmouth, New Hampshire, I actually took 20 resumes and walked around and knocked on a couple of places, and they were like, wow, okay, yeah. And I got 7 interviews from the 20.
Oh, wow.
So it's a much higher ratio in person. And then same with the business with the clients. We actually closed our one client in person at an event. She shook our hand. Shout out Holly, Windy Hill Wellness.
Are we recording right now?
Yeah, I was going to say, shit. Shout it out. We usually go a little, we usually break into a little, like, we try to start fresh and like get casual with it. And then, you know, always break into it. But this is Joe Jerez, podcast number 2. Appreciate you coming in, man, as always. It means a lot.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, and, you know, if you haven't watched the podcast the first time, definitely check it out. This is, you know, going to go over some things we probably talked about the first time and then go over things we went over and went through since then. And yeah, just it's life, and just be grateful we're here right now and talking. I appreciate you coming again.
Oh yeah, no problem. No problem.
How long you in New York for?
I just landed this morning, and
Nice.
I'm going back to Florida on Sunday. But I'm working on trying to move back to New York. Florida's kind of boring for me, and there's not as much acting work as I would like.
Yeah, it's interesting because we were just talking about where we're trying to, you know, look to go. You know, New York's great and all, and then the idea a lot of young people just want to go to Miami or go to, you know, these places. But Florida, like we said, it's when we visit Boca Raton and take a weekend there, it's you know, it's very slow. It's very, you know, people are kind of they're there. You know, stuff just happens when it does.
It's a different mentality.
Yeah, you know, it's different. And that was when I was up in New Hampshire. It's the same thing. It's Nothing really gets done. Even when it snows, like plows go out when they go out. Like nothing's urgent there.
Yeah, well, we're born and raised New Yorkers.
Yeah.
There's a sense of urgency for everything we do.
Exactly, yeah, and I think it's crucial, especially for what we're doing. And like we always say, who you're around is really important because those 5 people give you urgency to do good or bad things. So especially when the environment around you is not urgent or urgent, I think it's really big because that's all the people around you. That's your whole community.
Absolutely.
They're kind of like, oh yeah, you're good. You don't have to do this. I'm like, no, but I want to do this. Like before I'm 30, not just kind of wait until I'm 50 or 60.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think it's a really big thing. So what brought you to New York right now for this trip specifically?
I come every year to New York to visit friends and family.
Nice.
And I do it before the holidays. And I would love to spend more time, but everybody's working. So I don't want to stay in a hotel the whole time. But I have a pretty big schedule. Like, I just landed this morning at literally 8 a.m. this morning. Immediately grabbed myself a breakfast sandwich because they don't have those in Florida.
Bacon, egg, and cheese, bagel. Yep,
yeah,
classic.
Exactly. I had a sausage, egg, and cheese, and a bagel. I got to finish the bagel. And took a quick nap. Hotel, I was staying at the Best Western. They're really cool. They let me check in at like 11:30 a.m.
Oh, it's always the best, the early check-in, yeah.
They upgraded me. Like it's bigger than my apartment. So they're really cool. And your podcast at 3. I'm meeting some friends at the saloon in Valley Cottage in Congers at 6.
Nice, beautiful.
And tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Friday. Tomorrow, I'm hitting the casino in the Catskills.
Let's go. Good luck. You might see us there.
Yeah, right on. I love that casino. They comp you. The Resorts World in the Catskills.
All right, don't start saying it around these guys. They'll be there if you start twisting their arm.
I got like $100 worth of comps, and I don't even live in New York anymore.
It's nice, dude. It's especially those places. It's like if we're gonna spend money, like we always say that too. Especially we lived in Everett, next to Encore, like right next to it. So it's the only thing to do all week. Everything closes at 8 during the week. We only went 4 times the whole year. Pretty impressive. Maybe him 5, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's. When you're there, you get incentivized. The food, you get discounts, you get rewards with stuff, you get this. And we always said if you're going to spend money, why would we just go spend it on alcohol and not get anything in return? We might as well just go spend it on the table and then get free alcohol and then have a chance of winning money. So you're going to go blow $100, go put it on a hand or two, It's like,
exactly. I think they gave me like $35 in free play. I have $35 in free play, $25 in food and beverage comps.
That's what they got me.
And tomorrow they're giving away a free bottle of Bailey's.
Might be there.
So,
I don't know. That's a good one.
They're a good casino because I live in Clearwater next to Tampa, and they have the Seminole Hard Rock Casino, and they don't comp you for shit. Man.
Oh, they just stain the tourists there.
They're horrible, and the rooms are like $300 a night. I'm like, who the hell would? I'd rather sleep in my car. So.
Are you a table guy or like a slots
blackjack?
Guy? Yeah, that's me. I'm a blackjack guy. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, the thing about blackjack is like I'm good. Like I'm good at it. But the thing is, I've always been good at math. I don't count cards, but I have been known to subconsciously do it. And I've had a couple of casino bosses say, "Hey, man, maybe you should take a break." So
pretty good. Sounds like we need to go with you now.
Yeah,
definitely need to be in that show.
The best odds you're gonna get though, seriously, if you play blackjack on a cruise ship, that's where you can make some really good money because they have different odds than casinos do. They use a bigger amount of decks to increase your odds. Last time I was playing blackjack on a cruise ship, I won like $800.
Wow, that's nice.
It got to the point
balances the cruise out, It's like a nice even off on the cruise.
Oh, absolutely.
I've never been on a cruise.
Next 2 cruises, yeah.
I've always wanted to go. My parents just went on one for their anniversary. My dad went on the first one. He came back. He loved it. They had a great time.
Well, yeah. Any place where you can relax and eat as much as you want, 24 hours a day, and drink as much as you want. I've always been drawn away from like the all-inclusive resorts. I've always been more like, oh, I can't just like. Whatever. I'm like, oh, I need to go explore the area, but then it's like, yeah, you're gonna go see whatever, but Well, it's an age thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're young, vacation is about let's do this, let's do that, let's do
Right.
this, let's do that. But when you're older, you're like, you know what? I just want everything brought to me.
Yeah.
You know, that's really the perception.
That's
Because
actually
I was the
interesting.
same way in my 20s. I used to backpack all across the world. So, and that was my thing. I'm like, okay, let's see the Terracotta Warriors, and let's go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Let's go to this. Let's go to that. But nowadays, it's like, oh, you know, I'd rather go to a place where they just bring you all your food.
Yeah, keep it easy.
You just
some
watch
service.
TV.
Top of the line service.
Yeah.
What was a place you like went to and then it forced you to revisit because you liked it so much?
Well, I always tell people the 3 places that I've been to that my favorite places in the world were Italy, Greece, and Egypt. Italy for the food, Greece for the beaches. Now, if you go to Greece, don't go to Athens. Athens is bullshit. It's like there's Wendy's and Taco Bell. And
I agree with you.
it's freaking
It
stupid.
was the worst part of my whole trip.
Go to
Europe.
the islands.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
Go to the
I
islands.
agree.
And Egypt, because I was a big fan of Egyptian mythology and culture, and you know I know it's corny, but when you stand next to a pyramid that's been around for like thousands of years, and it'll be there thousands of years after your dust, you really get humbled.
It's breathtaking. It's
Yeah.
breathtaking. When I went to the Basilica, when I went to Italy the first time, and I went to Greece, I agree with all those statements. Athens was where we ended the trip, flew out of there, and it was the worst part of it. It was the worst night of the whole trip. I was like, this doesn't seem like Greece anymore. This doesn't.
Just seems greasy.
It was, yeah. I can't say it. I was like,
Yeah.
it was disgusting, and like it was not what you envisioned it to be. Like in what you learned in history class when you were in high school, you know, you're like
Yeah.
the columns, this. It's like no, actually the other parts were much better and a lot more fun. But that's just what happens over time, you know. Maybe it was that, you know, years ago, but then so many people go to these places, and then new places become extravagant because it's just too many people. So it's just things, you know.
Absolutely.
I think there's a limit, you know. People always say like, oh, there's too many people, there's overpopulation, you need to have people kind of spread out, but it's where people want to go, they're going to go. So you just got to kind of adjust.
I don't know. Yeah, you know, a lot of people who say that the world is overpopulated, but that is a myth.
I agree.
It's not overpopulated. It's just everybody flocks to the cities because that's where the work is. That's where the money is.
That's where you're strategically designed to go.
Yes.
And when there's more people in a concentrated area, it's easier to control.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, to me, that's how I feel. Maybe that's not it, but
you're
that's,
right.
you know, that's, I think, and it's so much where it's so deep to where people are actually, like you said, whether it's a job, just this lifestyle, because you say some people, they don't want a car, they don't want a house, they just love the city, you know, they can't.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the idea of anywhere else you move in the, you know, if I moved from New Hampshire back to the Hudson Valley, people are like, oh, nice, you moved. But when you move out of the city, it's almost like, oh, you couldn't handle it. Or like, oh, like you couldn't.
You feel like you couldn't cut it.
It's almost, it's almost like you couldn't
You
survive.
gave up, you quit.
And then the first excuse is like, oh, the city's so expensive. And it's like, oh, yeah, it is for you. You couldn't handle, you know, maybe you need to make more money. But like, I think that's the misperception. And it's going to forever be that. I think cities will forever draw people. People are attracted to just the idea of FOMO and missing out, you know.
Yeah, well, that's why if you ever see those videos about, you can buy a house in the Italian countryside for like $1 or a house in Japan.
They're paying you to basically move to other countries because it's
because those are legitimate. Like you can buy a house in the Italian countryside or in the Japanese countryside, but the reason is it's in the middle of nowhere.
Your whole lifestyle completely changes.
There's no industry. You'd have to drive 2 hours just to get to a major city.
Yeah.
And the catch with those places is, you can buy the place for $1, but you have like a year to remodel the place. You have to rebuild it because they're all dilapidated. And if you can do that, you're good to go. But if you can't just buy it and leave it the way it is.
No, and I saw for younger couples as well. It's they're making it, if they're actually incentivizing you to have babies, or not like a requirement, but kind of like an underlying thing in the contract of like, if you move here, we're under the perception of like, we're giving this to you for $1 because you're, you know, a couple in your 20s and you're going to have a kid or something like that.
Yeah, Japan is really big on underpopulation. Like they're losing their people.
Yeah.
Because if
they have a history too, they have a history of like, the boy girl and stuff.
Yeah.
With certain things, so it's interesting.
Like if you go to like say Japan or China, I mean, the women's situation, there's so much more women than men, and they would rather deal with they'd rather be with a foreigner than with one of their own people. Unfortunately, it's the truth. But it's an interesting situation. I mean, if you're a young single guy, go to. I always tell people, go overseas, go to Japan, go to Eastern Europe. Every woman is a 10. Every woman.
And it's the cultures too. We clearly see nowadays. People always talk about the dating. It's interesting. The dating culture. This is this in this generation. It's all messed up. The phone, whatever. And it's just Western culture becomes, like we were saying, with those cities and things being controlled, and everything has an aggregate runoff in that kind of vein on the tree root of something's always going to get absorbed. So in that sense, that could go to dating culture and Western culture. Like it could go to dating in Western culture, to the point where you literally. You should go to other countries to experience better cultures, and they're feeling the same thing in other countries where they feel like they need to go experience other cultures because they're so restricted, Or they say like, if they go to America, Americans can do whatever they want. It's free, that's how.
Yeah. But nowadays, and like, I'm sure you guys know, there's these thing called passport bros. They go overseas because they want to get married. They want quality women. And they're not finding it here.
That's exactly it. I see it on,
and it's the truth.
Yeah, it's exactly it.
It is I actually a buddy of mine.
People wanted to come over here to get citizenship. Now people want to just do it. People are willingly helping with that now. They're like, we'll willingly help you because I want someone not from America.
Yeah, well, you know the thing is, in other countries, women. I mean, they want to get out of their countries, but they want to be wives and they want to be mothers and they want to have careers. And they don't have an opportunity where they are. I mean, I had a buddy of mine, Filipino guy. He begged me for years to go to the Philippines to meet one of his cousins, and I didn't do it, But the thing is, some of my friends did, and to this day, because I'm 54, and every guy I know that married a Filipino girl is still married, happily married, kids, house, and all their wives work. I know it's a stereotype, but they all want to be nurses.
Yeah, but you're saying what you went through, so that's that's if you're building a bias off your experience, that's completely okay. Yeah, I think that's completely fine.
Dating is tough in America. Like it's about values, it's about priorities, and the values change per the demographics. Like dating somebody in the city is going to be completely different than dating somebody in Rockland or way upstate in like Plattsburgh or something 100%. Like that.
That's the metric we're kind of in the middle of. Is we are in the middle of both of those. Yeah. So if we, you meet a girl 10 miles north versus 10 miles south, it's a completely different conversation. So it's like, you are this one person. Do you need to kind of bend yourself so much for people and realize, no, I just need to be myself, find my passions and follow this journey you have in your life. And I think the energy will kind of attract, good energy will attract, and you need to kind of weed through that. But the bad energy attracts too. I think that attracts more than the good.
Well, like I said,
to kind of weed through.
When you're young, you're attracted to the crazy girls, or the bad boys, or what because they're exciting, and you want that excitement as a young person. But as you get older, you start to realize that you just want peace and quiet.
Yeah, I think I hit that plateau. I think I'm old. I was gonna say, I think we have fun.
It's like we don't always have to go out. We got 2 kids. We got 3 kids. So,
how do you feel about the whole? I know people know midlife crisis. You ever hear quarter life crisis, midlife crisis? People say the joke.
Yeah, I mean,
overplayed.
It depends. Like I've always done what I wanted to do. But
I was gonna see if we could pull up the Dhar Mann video.
Oh yeah, perfect. They have YouTube, Netflix on there as well.
Yeah. You want me to key it up, or?
Yeah, you can just throw it over here. You gotta come over here. Oh, turn it down?
Is my head blocking it?
No, it's fine.
Oh, no. I think it might just be from here. All the way? Oh, I bet. Oh, wait. There we go. Beautiful.
Yeah, no problem. Then I'll key it up.
Sweet. It's pretty nice right there in the background, too. We can put it up. I didn't even know I had YouTube on this TV. He's teaching me stuff. These smart TVs, they have everything. I got my parents off. They had like 4 cable boxes, and I was like, why do we have these? I was like, get rid of them. I was like, get the smart TV. You got everything on there. Sign you up for all the streaming services, and they're just set for life.
Yeah.
They love it. Yeah, but it's interesting that that lifestyle of like having a choice in location. It's, why. So we always said, why do people live in certain places? It's usually because of a job. Why do you?
Money.
Yeah. Why do you have your car to get to your job? Like everything was just kind of closed loop. Said be the same for like I think dating and anyone, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, or anywhere in between. It's I really think it's you kind of make this choice of, am I dating someone because I just met them at this bar? Like, is it proximity? Is it I work with them? That's what we say. Like most people are dating someone because they worked with them, or you went to school with them, you're in class with them.
Yeah, that's usually how it happens.
You're just around, but that's always the best because those are authentic.
Yeah, because
so
you know them. You know them as a person. You're not testing the waters with each other.
Or swiping online, and it's like
Well, in countries like Serbia and Russia, which coincidentally are very Christian countries, they have no problem dating. But if you're looking to hook up with somebody, like, one date and sleep with them, they will not do that.
No.
They are not about that. They're about relationships. They'll.
They'll date you in a week.
Yeah.
But it's a very. Do you want to pass me that water real quick? The tan one, or the gray one? Sorry. What?
My cup. Still.
Oh, it's your water.
Actually, I got a good compliment the other day. One of the nurses, who's a friend of mine in Serbia, where I go to get the stem cell treatment, she messaged me. She goes, "My boyfriend saw you in Cold in July and recognized you and checked the IMDb, and it was you. It was like, you did so good." I did a movie called Cold in July about 10 years ago with Don Johnson, Sam Shepard, and Michael C. Hall.
I remember that. You mentioned that last time.
Yeah, and they were watching it in Serbia, and her boyfriend was like, "Wait a minute, isn't that your friend from America?" So they looked me up because I'm on the IMDb for that movie. And it's so cool when somebody recognizes you in a movie. Now it's even cooler when somebody in Eastern Europe recognizes you from the movie. So
people from all around the world are gonna recognize you from this thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me?
This is the part, right? 9 minutes.
Yeah, this is my video. I'm about 9 minutes in.
Let's see it.
Let's check this out.
You want me to key it up or no?
We can put the recording. Do you want to record it with that, or we should just record it?
Fine, we'll do
Put a
it.
screen recording. Yeah.
We can put up the volume now.
Oh yeah, I got you. Here, pause it.
Should I move?
No, you're good.
Fine.
Because we're
You
gonna
wanna see it better.
we're gonna do a
There you
screen.
go.
There we go. Let's go back.
We're gonna do a screen recording on the video, so
Say.
it's gonna cut really nice.
Jared,
Sean, like,
stop.
He played my
hero.
son.
How was
Real
school?
nice guy,
And
really great actor.
basketball.
hey,
What's wrong?
Well, for starters, a real hero wouldn't have missed the game-winning shot.
So you think being a hero means you always have to make the game-winning shot?
Yeah. At least I think so. That's actually my assignment. I have to figure out what a hero is by tomorrow for class. I honestly just do not know what to say.
Your head's in the same spot.
Given the day it is, I think it's time I show you something.
I don't know why they made me use crutches more for effect than anything else.
these are crazy angles.
Yeah. This video is more about the young man who played my son was ridiculing somebody for parking in a veterans only spot, and I'm
There are some things I've
educating
tried to
him on
forget in my
vets.
life because they were so painful. But they're part of who I am.
Dad, is that you? You look so strong. Now you're a real hero.
You know what, kid? Being a hero isn't about being strong or looking the part. Army tough runs a lot deeper than that. You see, I was a natural leader in the Army. People trusted me to have their backs.
and that's my voiceover work.
But But sometimes, no matter how strong you are, you can't do it all alone. We were on the front lines,
this is a flashback
and the enemy was
of me in the
closing
military.
in.
A younger.
I made a choice to go out alone. Tried to buy them some time. I thought I was done for. But worse than that, I was worried my entire unit was done for. It seemed like the end. I felt like I let everyone down as I kept losing blood. Just as I was losing consciousness, someone grabbed me and ran me out of there. That was Harry. Harry was the true hero that day. So you see, it's because of Halo Harry that most of us are still around today.
Which one's Halo Harry?
The one who took the photo. Harry will be at the Veterans Day event tonight, sitting right next to us.
Well, that's good. Then I can ask Harry about my assignment. And of course, give thanks for saving my dad.
Something wrong?
No, everything's fine.
Bring your bike around back so we can put air in the tires before dinner.
You know what? I think I left it at school accidentally. Rain check?
Get him.
Was you driving? Well, that was the one. The woman plays Harry, the war hero. I wasn't playing the war hero. I was just playing the father.
Oh. I can't believe you didn't tell your dad about the cash or the bike. Yeah, man. What's your dad gonna say when he finds out you're not a captain anymore? Guys, he's not gonna find out. Because when
In the video, my son, the actor playing my son, lost his bike in a bet for basketball, so he felt bad about it, and he kind of took it out on the war hero teacher that he didn't know was a war hero. And this is a scene
You better bring my money and my bike
for
tomorrow.
like a Veterans Day event.
Get your captain resignation letter ready.
And it's interesting because that scene was shot separately. I wasn't in that scene. There was another scene that was combined with this. When you see me up on the stage, it's a completely separate scene. That's Harry,
No, the
aka
seat is
Harriet,
taken by somebody
his teacher
special.
who played
The guy
who
who
was also
actually
a war
saved my
hero.
dad's life.
I see.
She's the one that saved your life.
Yes.
Hello. Thank you all for being here to celebrate Veterans Day. I myself am an Army vet, and I'm honored to be here. Being in the Army was the most transformative experience of my life.
Hey, are you Halo Harry?
Negative.
No. Thank you.
For our first speaker, we have an incredible person and friend whom I'm honored to know. Please put your hands together for someone who no introduction is needed.
My dad should be up there telling his story.
Caleb, stop it.
Dad, no, you're the actual war hero. I don't even know why you have this lady up here speaking. You should be telling the story about how you lost your leg.
I could, but Harry could tell the story a lot better than me.
What?
Listen.
Happy Veterans Day to all my brothers and sisters in service who are here this evening.
The great thing about
And
this
my
is I was
old friend
talking to
McAllister.
nobody. That scene with the crowd, that was shot
Every
on
year
a
on this
different
day,
day.
we hear people say,
Yeah.
thank you for your service.
It looks like we're
I'd like us
interacting.
to
We're
think
not.
about why we
That's
serve
actually insane.
and what it means
That's
to
how
deliver
good Dhar
something
Mann
bigger
Studios
than
is.
yourself.
Oh, what does she know?
Caleb, what's wrong with you?
What?
Do you mind?
See that? That's scary.
That's why they have 26
I was
million
telling
subscribers.
my son a story today about a person who saved my life. He must be overly excited. Well, son, this is that hero.
And she was such a nice. They were all so
She
nice.
didn't just
Good
save
actors,
my
too,
life.
Good actors.
She saved every single soldier out there that day and left no
In the
one
video,
behind.
as a young soldier, I lost my legs
So
in
you
that
see
battle.
her bravery,
And Harry,
selflessness,
Halo Harry,
her dedication
pulled
to a
me
bigger cause.
out to save my life.
That's why I'm here today. That's why a lot of us are here today.
She's Halo Harry?
Yes, and the definition of a true hero.
The only thing I didn't like about my performance is my eyes were squinting because I had 10 of these lights right in my
Oh
face.
my God, yeah.
Yeah, but
I've always said that when we did the first pod, we had like the 2 lights, and it was like giving me a headache. I can't imagine what those sets look
Yeah.
like. They probably.
And-
Wait, so you actually hugged her, right?
yeah.
Okay, I was like, that'd be insane if they made you like, all right, Joe, just hug the air now. And then she just hugs the air and they
Your
crop
turn
it
to present.
perfect.
Yeah, so that pretty much ends my scenes. It was a 12-hour shoot.
Wow,
for
dude,
that.
that's fucking awesome. Good shit, man. That's awesome.
Ooh, yeah,
Oops,
sure.
sorry.
I knew I was getting too close to the edge.
Yeah, that thing. My
But
dad
yeah.
made it, so
But,
give him shit.
Yeah, but yeah, that's Dhar Mann Studios in Burbank, California.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a lot, and they have like multiple buildings. And it's weird, like you walk through the sets, like they have pre-made sets of convenience stores and doctors' offices.
Oh my
and,
God, it's insane.
And everything is so accurate.
I went to that one in, I think it was Universal Studios when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That like fake little town they have. I forgot what it was called, but it was like all like that. It was like these huge buildings and it's just completely fake. It's just like a little panel of wood or something.
Yeah, and like I said, I'd never heard of Dhar Mann Studios. Never.
Where are they based out of again?
Burbank, California.
California, you said, right?
Yeah,
that's
so when
pretty
they
cool.
when they initially reached out to me, they said, "Hey, you know, we really liked your reel, your because you send them an acting reel to see if they want you to audition." They immediately got back to me. They're like, "Hey, we really like your reel. Can you just do the audition like really quick?" And I did the audition, and they were like, "Okay, are you available?" and this and that. And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And they were like, "Okay, you know, we'll arrange your flight and your hotel and this and that." Now, keep in mind, this is just back and forth on a phone
Right.
and email. So I'm like, I don't even know if I should take this really seriously because, you know, I'd never dealt with them before, but sure as hell, I had my itinerary. They booked me a ticket on Southwest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they flew me out on a Wednesday morning, put me up in the Marriott, and it was great. Like,
How could you say no?
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a situation like that, especially with the reach outs. It's
Yeah, so like I landed on Wednesday. We filmed at 3 different locations on Thursday, and then I flew back on Friday.
nice.
Yeah.
Smooth. Easy
Yeah.
job. We
Yeah.
did that a couple times flying out to places. It's like, you know, just book the ticket, you know, a couple $100, just do it.
And the thing is, and I feel kind of bad because I wasn't sure about. I had a lot of dialogue, and I wasn't sure that this was going to be a legitimate shoot. So until I got my plane ticket, I didn't really read the script. But once I got it, it was like the night before. So I'm trying to memorize it the night before and on the plane and this and that. And towards the end of the night where I'm on the stage in the military outfit, I couldn't remember everything. Like I had to have the script in front of me.
That was the dryer, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Dryer's going off. I have to probably.
And so they were actually helping me, walking me through it because I had already filmed for like, when I was on the stage in the military outfit, I'd already been filming for 12 hours. We were still, that was
That's
10 o'clock at
exhausting.
night, and I started at 7 in the morning.
Wow.
So
gotta be
they were
exhausting.
they were literally feeding me line by line towards the end. And I felt bad about it. And they were like, "No, it's cool. We do it all the time." So
That'd be me
Dhar
the-
Mann Studios was really
Yeah.
nice.
That'd be me the entire time. I don't. I've always said if I got into acting, I wouldn't mind it because I could see myself doing like improv,
Yeah.
or something where I'm like kind of on the fly. But memorizing lines would be such a difficult thing. I feel like for
Well, you know what?
scenes
There-
on end. Like, do you get refreshers in between? Like, what? You get breaks in between scenes. You're kind of looking at the paper and you're kind of
Well, I mean,
know,
it's acting. I mean, you got to go by what the director says.
right.
If the director wants you going,
So in the sense of
Our-
like the
you
director
know,
could change what's on the actual script. Like he's
Well-
just like telling you, hey, don't say that. Actually, say that. You're right.
yeah, well, yeah, and the thing is, if he wants you to do the same scene 30 or 40 times, you can't say, "Hey, wait, I need a half-hour break." You can't do that.
Right, because it's like we need to get this done right now. You're here. We have you for
Yeah.
12 hours. We need to use you for 12 hours. Then we're using him, and then we're
Yeah.
clearing you out and filling the room with a whole bunch of people. So
Yeah,
it's a
'cause
bunch
you-
of different shots.
Because all of you know, like it's not just me, it's me, the director, the editors, the guy on his phone, I mean, you got behind the camera, there's so many people working, so you can't say, hey, I need a half hour to just go and relax.
Right.
You can't, because now you're wasting everybody's time.
And all that back end stuff that people don't see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't have all this stuff going without anybody in the back.
So you really got to be a professional, and that's that's one of the reasons a lot of people don't like working with kids, because kids are unpredictable and they can waste everybody's time. And depending on the production, you could be a minute of wasted production, you could be costing thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah.
Because you're filming, you got the location, you're working with the light. You might have to be working outside, and you're working against the sun, and you got 30 people, you got key grips, you got editors, you got
everyone's time. I think people forget it's not just your time; it's everyone's time.
Yeah.
So that like 15 minutes or 30 minutes, that for you it's like, oh yeah, it's nothing. But that guy, he's like, hey man, I need to get out of here. I need to leave at 4 today. I can't leave at 4:15.
And you got to remember, as an actor, and a lot of actors forget this. I don't, but you got to remember that the people that are behind the cameras, they're there hours before you're there, setting everything up. And then when you wrap and you can go home, they still got a ton of more work to do.
Oh yeah, these guys don't just walk out after this. They got to stay.
Exactly.
They got to use them while they're here.
And a lot of diva actors forget that. I don't forget that. So I try to do everything as quickly as possible. I memorize my lines. If the director wants me to do things a different way, like a couple of years ago, I did a commercial for Medicaid of Illinois, and the director had me doing different paragraphs but different ways. See, one of the things that makes me a good actor is I'm a good actor. Like I always say, I'm a good actor, but I'm great at taking direction.
Nice.
If you tell me, do the lines faster, do the lines slower.
Very adaptable.
Put some inflection on this word and this word, and try to move this around, and do it in a fun way, do it in a sad way, do it in a melancholy way. I can do it 30 different ways.
I love that.
So that's your thing, is diversity. You got some of those actors who are like, I'll do it my way, and my way is the best way. No, that's bullshit. You were hired to do a job. The director's your boss.
Specifically for that story, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
You need to fill that role.
The director's your boss. Production is your boss. The studio is your boss. Do it the way they want you to do it, because they're paying you.
That's always been the coolest for me. I've always said, I don't know if you know the term range. You probably heard of actors that have range.
Yes.
And then seeing all the different roles they've played. I don't know. There's probably a couple off the top of my head. I can't really think of some of the pictures that came out, but they'll show like they're just like a role where someone's like this, evil character, like big, evil, fat or strong character. And then another role where there's very like laid back, nurtured, humble, and it's very funny to see. But having that range is very nice, because it allows the audience to kind of get in tune with you. And it's not so much like, oh, here's another Tom Cruise movie, or here's another 007 movie. Not shitting on the movies, but just like not falling into like, oh, they're one actor. Liam Neeson's great, one of my favorite actors of all time, but he's that very similar, like he's that like it's just the same thing every movie almost. Like he's that guy every movie.
Yeah,
it's
well, well, we can't all be Liam Neeson. And what I say is, you can't be a one-trick pony.
Right.
You got to be able to, expand your repertoire. You got to be able to play the villain, or play the nice guy, or play the idiot.
Not just the cop in every movie. There's a couple, I don't even know their names, but I've seen them as like in the background of some famous movies. I'm like, wait, he was a cop in that movie. In another movie, he was a detective. Now he's a SWAT. He's like always something. And maybe he was a police officer in his life, and that's his only kind of expertise, where he could act, where it's a professional thing. He could kind of forefront that he's a cop in a movie.
Yeah. Well, like a lot of people say, and this is interesting, a lot of people think Keanu Reeves is a one-trick pony, because they say, oh, like he plays the same character in every movie. The truth is, he does a lot of independent films where he plays completely different characters. But because those other movies, he's not an action star in them, they don't really get promoted by the studios. But if you look into his IMDb, his resume, you'll see some very interesting movies where he plays these avant-garde characters.
It's funny when you catch them in like a movie. You're like, wait, what is he doing in this movie?
Yeah.
Like I thought he was like this crazy. You're like, why is he getting treated like?
And plus, you have those A-list actors here, but they'll do movies overseas where they're playing very different characters. But those movies will never play over here.
No. I actually never thought about that. Some movies just don't even get aired over here at all.
Yeah, and there are a lot of
Vice
actors
versa.
here that are just like B actors here, but in certain countries they're super famous.
Right.
Like,
Bollywood, you see the Bollywood actors.
Yeah.
The Bollywood scene's huge.
or I'll give you something that's probably a little beyond your years. David Hasselhoff
Oh, I know him.
from Knight Rider
Oh, yeah.
and Baywatch. He's a rock star in Germany. He was packing stadiums, performing for years. For years. To this day, if he goes over there, he's mobbed.
That's interesting. And then here, it's just like people might not even recognize him.
Exactly. But you know what? Brilliant businessman. Baywatch, which everybody remembers Baywatch. Baywatch originally aired on NBC, and after a year, they canceled it. They didn't want it in their lineup. David Hasselhoff said, "Wait a minute, can I buy the show?" They're like, yeah, we don't think it's going to do anything. He bought the show, put it into syndication, and at one point, 1 billion people a week, 1 billion over the world were watching his show. He made a fortune off it in syndication.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's like probably the same numbers Mariah Carey runs every year for a Christmas song.
Yeah, oh, those.
So, yeah, I think it's like 1 billion a year. I think whatever it is she says.
Yeah, she's another one that performs overseas on a regular basis. She's been performing for Saudi Arabian royal families.
Oh, yeah.
For decades.
It's on contract.
Yeah, they fly her in a private jet. She performs at like a birthday party. They pay her like $2 or $3 million, and they fly her back home.
It's insane because it's like, do you want to put out, do I put out this one thing that's going to last generations, or do I try to put out 1 million things that, for a generation? And it's like making a system or, putting out a bunch of things. And it's like you want to just attract the people to it,
Yeah, well, it's also about like, do you want to be remembered? Do you want to monetize? Do you want to be, or do you want to be remembered as an artist instead of somebody who was trying to get money?
Right. I think having the goals is like the overlying message with that is so crucial. In any expenditure in life, having a goal is needed to do anything really, and not drive yourself insane. Because even if you have progress and no goals, you're not really gonna see anything, or you're not gonna feel anything. And I'm not saying you need to sit there and like tap yourself in the back every 5 seconds, but with anything really, I feel like you need that.
Well, the key to overall success is that, you can love what you do for a living, but it can't encompass your whole life. You got to have a life outside of your job. Like 30, 40 years ago, you had these actors, they were making millions of dollars in the movies, and then, the next day they're overdosing, or, they have serious drug problems because they never had a life outside of the acting. Nowadays it's different. Actors get married, they have kids, so when they're not doing movies, when they're not doing their projects, they're spending time with their families, so they're not getting in trouble. And I think the big thing is, I was trying to make a point about this, is that they have a more full existence, because now it's not about them, it's about the wife and the children and things like that. But like I tell people, because I was a state worker for years before I retired, and anybody out there who knows like state workers or civil service workers, they're like zombies.
Yeah.
But I always used to tell people, when I leave my job at the end of the day, I forget I even worked there. It's what I do to make money. It doesn't define me as a person, and that's the mentality you gotta have.
You can't bring work home with you. A big issue I see with just money, referencing back to what you were just saying before, it's not. I don't think giving people money eliminates problems. I think people need knowledge. Because like the biggest one I referenced, the stats behind NBA players. They're some of the wealthiest, have some of the highest paying salaries in the whole world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And out of any other athletes, them in the NFL, a lot of these guys go bankrupt when they're off contract, or if they get an injury, they lose their money and they don't get re-signed. A lot of these guys actually don't do that well. I know Devin West, he was one recently. I think Mark Cuban actually kind of invested some time into like him getting back in like rehab centers and stuff. But a lot of these guys go down like really bad paths of like, you think just because you give someone $10 million, like their life is good forever. And most people say that, Most people say, I think that was Ronnie. Most people say, if you give me $1 million right now and all my problems will go away. Give me $1 million. I'm like, are you sure about that? Because I know a lot of people where if I give them $1 million, I feel like they'd go bet half of it, or they'd just go, burn, drink, and smoke and eat through the other half of it.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how quickly you can burn through
Yeah,
$1 million.
man. Yeah, man. I always say people, a couple thousand people think that's a lot of money, and I say, dude, a couple thousand, that's a couple bills. That's really, it's that quick.
I don't know, like $1 million today. I don't know. If you're smart with it and don't buy anything big, you could probably, make some money off of it.
I saw the inflation thing recently. I could be a little off with these times and numbers, but I think it was I think it's $100,000 salary is now equated to basically $40,000. Like in your general retrospect, basically going with what we're saying with the city before.
Yeah.
All these people chasing this idea of getting into the city and getting on stream. Oh yeah.
What did he say?
He's saying to go outside and say what's up. Take a little pause. You can take a little cut a little bit. Yeah, you can take a little break. Say what's up to him. He takes the pallets and he like redoes stuff with them. He built that, and then he built the chair we have upstairs. It's actually really cool. It's like a 2-person. It's like a whole 6-foot wide love seat. Not too much love on a wood chair, but
It amazes me at your father's age that he is so into working. Like, people his age retire. This guy doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to do nothing. He wants to go to work.
Yeah, he's God bless him. Every day. I think it's a lot of the culture too. Like a lot of people, I see a lot of people's parents retire, and then they're like, wow, I don't know what to do with my time, because it's like I've just been working my whole life. So all your brain knows is work. So it's like at some point you don't know when to relax.
Well, the thing is, you got to have a plan. Like, I was planning to retire at 55. Unfortunately, I got sick. I retired at 47, but I always knew what I was going to do. That's the thing is, people are so, that's what I was talking about before. Like, people are so fixated on their job. Their job is their life. They don't have a life outside of the job. So when they retire, what am I going to do?
Right.
And, you got to have a plan. You got to want to travel, try different things.
Something like we're saying with that goal stuff. Now we're in like your life. It doesn't need to always be, I need to make money, or I need to get a job, or I need to move to this city. It's like, no, you just need to have goal in somewhere and go chase it, or try to find. And I actually just posted my reel today. I think I posted was saying kind of like most people think they're lazy, but I think it's more people just haven't tried enough things yet. Where like you don't have passion to do things because you don't know you don't know anything. Like that knowledge, what I'm saying before, like just reading more books, going online, even if it's looking at all these different places near me, fun places near me, getting real simple with it again. Not making it complicated in today's day and age.
Well, it's tough. Technology is good, but it's bad because everything is available to you on your couch.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, and people don't want to do anything anymore because they're like, oh, I can have dinner delivered to my house. I can watch my favorite movie, or I don't even have to go to Paris. I can watch a movie about Paris, and it's not the same.
It's interesting too because like we said, we're from New York, so we like that urgency. We thrive on efficiency, right? Yeah. So I also like authenticity. So I like those authentic like moments I have with going to the store and buying an item. However, it's detrimental to my efficiency throughout the day because for me to get a simple tripod, if I go to Best Buy, we don't have it right now, you have to order online. I go down to the hardware store, it's $70 instead of $35. Order on Amazon for my desk, it's $28. It's at my house tomorrow. So it's like,
that's the thing.
You know what I mean, dude? So it's like, and trust me, like we're in the business for websites and small businesses, and we're always, shout out small businesses in the area, man. If you need a website, the official website, guys, you know what to do. Theofficialwebsiteguys.com. Had to get a clip in there. Sorry to go robotic on you.
No, dude, promote yourself.
I love it, man. I love it. But even us, we go into small businesses down the street, and we're like, hey, we're here to support your shop. Just get some dinner, and it's a lunch is now $30, $40 a person, and we're like, hey, man, like. It's, we're here trying to support, but it becomes a point where like going out to eat is now so expensive where it's like the only way to support is like going on Instagram and following you because that's free. Like I'd rather just sit and like your post and repost your story because I'm not going to spend 50 or 100 a week going to your store. So it is interesting to see this new generation and like how you show support, how do you go to do things. Like I think if we posted like an event saying like, come here and spend $50 for a donation, like a lot of people wouldn't, but if we said, hey, like this post and we'll donate $50, everyone would, because it's not their $50, it's our $50, and they don't have to, you know. So
well, it's tough. I mean, I have a buddy of mine that I went to college with. His name is, he's from Cyprus, right next to Greece. His name is Thalis Panagidis. He is the largest exporter of Brazilian bikinis in the entire world.
probably loaded.
Like if you, I'll send you his information. He's on Instagram, and what he does is these models reach out to him to design bikinis, and he'll design bikinis for them that they'll sell, and they takes a percentage. He does very well, and we talk all the time. We went to college together, and I try to give him these ideas about, hey, you should promote like this, you should promote like that. And I told him a couple of years ago, I said, you really should do like a transgender line, because that's becoming a more popular thing.
Right.
And he had told me, he goes, Joe, the problem is marketing something like that is so expensive, and even though I do make good money, marketing something like that to a wide audience, and I have a partner. The thing is, like, a lot of people think that, just because I have a successful business, here, I can write you a $50,000 check to market my product. It doesn't always work like that.
Right, because money has to have, it needs to be, it's an investment at the end of the day. So if it's not investable and make money, it's not going to be worth it.
Absolutely.
I think it was L'Oreal. They're the makeup brand, right?
L'Oreal, yeah. That's old school, man.
Before
I was born.
Yeah, so that was a huge marketing decision for them, actually, in the mid-2000s, was with kind of advertising towards men, was with that makeup, was them thinking, this product that we made is just for women. It's a lot of businesses, this product, or who we're targeting the audience for, is for women. And then you kind of crunch the numbers of the data, and you find out that, oh my God, wow, 18% or 20% of the people that walk in our store are men looking for products, and there's probably not a good engagement because you don't have men products.
Yeah.
But it's like, is it worth it to do it? And I think they did like kind of similar to Forever 21. So it's like the idea, most people hear that, L'Oreal, Forever 21, it's women's store. And then now I think Forever 21, L'Oreal, it's like certain like little kind of corners of the store. It's, they did it, I think, based on the percentage, if say it's 18%, it's like, okay, maybe not 18% of the store, but, put 10% of the store, or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't realize that brands like Lululemon and Jimmy Choo, they have products lines for men. It's just that most people don't know about it.
Lululemon, he said some pretty insane things too. He's very, I don't know if you heard what he said recently about his, Lululemon CEO basically said, like, people were complaining about the quality of the clothes, and like just the clothes, or any bad review basically. And his thing is like, if you don't fit in the clothes, like, you shouldn't be wearing them. Like, he's not making like bigger sizes for bigger people.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was his kind of thing, is like, it's I make this, and it's like, if you want it, you can have it. If it doesn't pertain to you, or if like my clothes don't fit you well, like, I'm not going to make my whole brand different.
Well, there was another famous designer before him. I forget what his name is. He's still around. And he said, I don't design clothes for fat people.
I think that was him. Yeah, I think that was
it was a different guy. It wasn't Lululemon. I think it was like Lagerfeld, or it was Tommy Hilfiger. It was one of those guys.
Yeah.
If you look it up, you'll see. He said it. I don't design clothes for fat people. If you don't fit in my clothes, I can't help you.
No, yeah. It's
He's like, I design them for beautiful people, for thin people, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear, because it's like, people would think that would, put a company out, but most of the times it usually never does.
Now this is bothering me. Hold on a second. I got to check my Chat GPT.
No, you're good.
What designer said, I don't design clothes for fat people?
That's what I'm thinking.
Chat GPT is the shit.
It's the best. I don't even use Google anymore.
Karl Lagerfeld.
Karl Lagerfeld, you got it.
Yep. And he said, I don't design for fat people. He explicitly says, I don't design for fat people.
That's crazy.
So
it's disgusting.
Lululemon isn't the first person. And if you look at all these designer brands, unless you're like a super thin person, like these guys, jealous, you're not fitting in their clothes.
No.
And if you're very tall, you're not fitting in their clothes. They don't design clothes for super tall people.
It's interesting too, because it's like, you need to be that style of like a model, or this perfect image they place in the brand of who they want wearing their clothes. I'm going to design the clothes so only those people can buy them.
Yeah, and they were smart. Their marketing was smart because they hired a bunch of models. They hired a bunch of beautiful actors. Wear our clothes. Wear our accessories. In real life, like have you ever seen a red carpet event where like Brad Pitt is like, oh yeah, I'm wearing this $500,000 Rolex, blah, 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 blah. He's promoting that brand. That's not his watch. At the end of the event, he has to give that watch back.
Oh yeah.
You know,
it's all these gambling companies and stuff. What they're doing now, celebrities and all these. It's all affiliate marketing. It's all
Oh, absolutely. And all those luxury brands, they made it seem like rich and famous people wear these designer clothes, and they really don't. They were just paid to model them. And it's the same clothes that we buy at like Target or Amazon.
Exactly.
Same clothes, same manufacturers.
It's this whole scheme you could play on social media. We always said we could rent a apartment or we could rent a villa for a weekend, and we could take a year worth of content in the weekend, and we could just scatter it throughout the year and make it seem like we have this rented Lambo, make it look like it's ours. Take this villa, make it look like we're there the whole year. And people are like, oh, they're actually renting it. They're actually not kidding. But in reality, when on a weekend vacation, people do that. And that's how people grow businesses. They grow images. They grow, fake it till you make it. It's,
And Payless Shoes a couple of years ago. Payless Shoes.
yes, I remember that one.
Promoted
Yeah.
this really expensive brand, and they were just their regular
It
shoes.
was, the store
It was
was,
hilarious.
it was
And
like
people
pay
bought
less.
them. Tons of bought them.
I forgot the name of the store, but it was like pay less in French. It was like police or whatever. And I think it was pay less. It was just spelled like with the weird cursive. And it was all the shoes, and they just put them on the design racks.
For like
fucking
10 times the price.
It was like a $15 pair of shoes they sold for like $2,000. People were like, wow, these are like one of one. This is insane. They loved it.
Yeah.
It's actually nuts.
Yeah, it's a mentality. It's
Materialism is just like the biggest killer alongside, like materialism is the biggest stem from consumerism.
well, the American society, people have a tendency to believe what they see on TV. Well, it was on the news, it has to be true. Or, I saw this, on a TikTok, so it has to be true. We've been programmed for like 50 years to believe what we see on TV.
Oh yeah.
That's why when something is advertised or promoted, it's like, wow, I got to do it. I think, what was it, like two Black Fridays ago, somebody exposed like Target and Best Buy and like some other major brand, because they would put up, oh look, this is a Black Friday special, and they put it on the product, and they lift up the sign, and the regular price was the same Black Friday price. And it was three different, it was Target, Blockbuster, Target, not Blockbuster, what am I saying? It was Target, what's the other one?
Walmart,
Best Buy
Best
and Walmart.
Walmart.
Yes. And it was the same price, and people were buying, oh my God, I could save $100. It was the same price.
It's the whole thing. It's like, oh, I saved 200. No, you spent 600. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a big misconception too. With I forgot where I was going with that. With the prices. What were you just saying with that? With the prices?
Well, that they would put a sign that says, "Oh, special Black Friday price."
Right.
But the Black Friday price was the same regular price. It was just a different sign.
Oh yeah, it's insane every year, and I love how the people get excited for it too. Like people wake up for Black Friday thinking they're doing something special, and you're like, you're not doing anything special. You're just going out. Just going to Amazon the day before, a week before, you'll be all right. You know what I mean?
That's what I did this year.
Oh yeah, every year now. I don't ever go against that ever again. So what are you doing tonight again? You said you're going...
I'm going... Well, there was a place in New City back in the 90s called Caffeine Jones. But way before you guys were babies back then. But this was an internet cafe back before internet was like everywhere. You had to go to cafes and, you paid like, I don't know, $5 an hour, but then you can surf the web, But Caffeine Jones was really special because not only did they have an internet cafe, they had couches, they sold coffee, but they also, it was like artsy. Like you could go there and play like board games. They had board games, they had poetry nights, they had live people on acoustic guitars, and it was, every night was a different, it was so much fun. It was great, and it was a lot of girls, and it was really fun. It was a really good vibe because everybody was just there to have a good time. And that lasted for a couple of years until like the internet became super popular and nobody really needed to go to that cafe. And there was a core group of us that used to hang out there all the time, back in the early 90s. So 2 years ago, we got together at the saloon in Congers or Valley Cottage, the Last Chance Saloon. Have you guys ever heard of it?
I went to the saloon in Pearl River is the one I know.
Yeah, well, this is the Last Chance Saloon. And you can look it up. And actually, a lot of TV episodes have been filmed there.
Oh, nice.
But the guy who runs the place, Joe, used to own Caffeine Jones. So 2 years ago, when I came to New York, I reached out to a couple of friends of mine that just coincidentally were part of that crowd. And so we all met up at Caffeine Jones, and it turned out to be like 20, 25 of us.
Oh, shit.
So now I called my friends. I said, hey, I'm coming up for a couple of days. Like, great, we'll do another Caffeine Jones reunion. Now we're supposed to get like 50 people coming to
Oh,
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. We know where the party's at tonight.
Yeah,
So
well,
there we
we'll
go.
see. It's a Thursday.
Yeah.
And it starts at 6 o'clock. You know, we're all like in our 40s and stuff, so.
Thirsty Thursdays, man. I don't know. These places are crazy around here. I went out to the bar for the first time over here, and I went in sweats, and the guy was like, no sweats. And I was like, oh, it's a bar
What, in
Pearl-
Haverstraw?
In Pearl River.
Oh, Pearl River?
I was like, it's a saloon in Pearl River. I was like, I'm at a bar in Pearl River. I'm going to wear sweats. I was like, we're all right. But they're really strict. They do like covers here. It's like $20 to get in. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, well, everybody wants to portray like there's some fancy New York City type bar.
It's too much. We don't even go out anymore. We just get beers and we'll just go watch a game or something at our house or apartment or something. It's just, he's in Tarrytown now, or in Sleepy Hollow. He just moved across the bridge.
Oh.
It's really nice. I like it.
Yeah,
love
you know,
it,
I've driven
dude.
through Sleepy Hollow a couple of times. Once or twice at night, scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, those people are freaks with
Yeah,
Halloween stuff.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't realize the legend of Sleepy Hollow, the Headless Horseman. That's Sleepy Hollow, New York, right next to Tarrytown. That, you know, and if you go down some, I'm sure you know, you go down some of those back roads at night with those trees covering you over, dude. You think
It's
you're
scary.
a man, you piss yourself. I was scared. I was like, oh, I
That
gotta get out of
trail,
here.
that was the thing we did growing up on that trail, the Andre trail right here.
Oh yeah.
Me and Hunter would go with the kid and Mike, and we'd see who could run the furthest into the trail at night. And I would always chicken out. I would be like the one that never did it. I'd be like, nah, dude, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Oh.
You got me messed up with that.
Yeah, you know, one day you guys should do a podcast about all the crazy stuff that used to go on in Rockland County.
Oh yeah, we had one. It was like the third one we did, the Riverside Boys. It was me, Hunter, and Mike, and it was the three of us, and all of us grew up here. So we definitely went like, probably less like Rockland County, went like more this street, like some of the shit we did, but it doesn't even compare to some of the shit my dad did.
Well, it's like a lot of these backwoods. We used to hang out in West Haverstraw, and there were a lot of private cemeteries in those woods from like the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's scary stuff.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of weird history in Rockland County. Like,
Oh, yeah,
like
it runs
superstitious type shit. So
He worked at Letchworth, my dad, for the years on end.
I worked at Letchworth, too.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
Wow,
yeah,
holy
back in the
shit.
80s.
Wow, dude, that was fucking, must have been some.
Dude, and I remember it too. Like, there were certain buildings that they took you even back in the 80s. They were because Letchworth Village was for the mentally disabled. But what a lot of people don't know is they ran experiments on the disabled people, like
Oh,
some
yeah.
real psychotic, like
Picking their brain shit.
while
like,
they're alive. You know,
Yeah.
opening them like just to
testing to
test them.
see, like, I know the biggest one would be like joints, like joint reaction time with like
Yeah.
the brain. So like they'd poke your brain to see like what activator. It's how we got, honest, it's fucked, but it's how we got some of the biggest knowledge of the brain, and were those fucked up inhumane studies. But
Yeah.
it's how we know today why the brain at certain points moves certain joints.
Yeah, but I remember back in the 80s, there were buildings that were shut down. Like, you can't go in those buildings. And
Yeah.
to this day, those buildings are still there, and you still can't go in them. I swear to God.
That one kid, when we were in like 7th and 8th grade, some kid snuck in and like broke his leg. He like fell through the floor or some shit. Because kids always try to sneak in those buildings and take shit and fucking.
Yeah, then you got those wannabe witch cults that go there and do their little rituals or whatever.
They can keep it to themselves. I won't disrupt them. They got it. I don't get in the middle of that shit. They got it.
Yeah, well, too much bad stuff going on there. But like I worked there in the 80s where they still had mentally disabled people, but they didn't do experiments anymore because they were busted. They got busted in the 70s or 60s or something like that because it was so inhuman. It was like barbaric.
Well, it's interesting because people always say like these, a lot of these problems like racism and a lot of these things like assault and like, these big issues that were in like the early 1900s and even, up until today. I think they were always around. Cameras and phones just brought light to a lot of these things.
Yeah.
People were always racist and they still are today. It's just people have the ability
they used to burn crosses on that mountain right behind us.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
And now I can record it. So now it's like that's the reason why you just see it more and it happens less.
Yeah, actually, one of the reasons I speculate that the town never sold the Letchworth property is if you start digging on that property, you're going to find some things you don't want to find.
Right.
Because I don't know if you know, years ago they wanted to put the new Yankee Stadium there.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they wanted to put Legoland there. And the town just kept vetoing everything. Because part of putting that stuff there is you got to excavate those grounds. And I got a good feeling that they don't want people finding out that there's
bodies.
Yeah.
No.
A lot of bodies in those grounds.
The one in the building too, the asbestos in the building and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember asbestos in the 80s when it wasn't a bad thing.
Right. It's like microplastics for us. It's the joke.
Yeah.
It was what is it? It's asbestos and then us with microplastics. It's just like the inevitable forever chemical you have for your generation.
Yeah. Plus facilities like Letchworth, they didn't discern between physical disabilities and mental disabilities.
It was all one.
It was all the same thing.
Phlebotomy, or however I say that.
Yeah,
phlebotomy was the only answer. It's like this.
See, I was born disabled because I'm a double amputee.
Mm-hmm.
And I was born in 71. If I was born in 51, 20 years prior, I would have been institutionalized.
Because you would have been seen as mentally
exactly.
disabled. Wow.
And that was the problem with a lot of people that went to those mental facilities. And they didn't have a mental disability. But if you don't have a mental disability, but nobody's educating you, nobody's teaching you how to read, write, wipe your butt, things like that, you're going to be mentally disabled by the time you're a teenager or by the time you're like 7 or 8 years old.
Exactly. Especially if your parents have the misconception too of like, back then, your kid's born this way, and your parents might even think, "Oh yeah, he's mentally disabled."
Well, that's what doctors used to tell people in the 50s. They say, "Hey, look, your kid's disabled, so you might want to just institutionalize them. Otherwise, you're going to be home with them the rest of their lives, caring for them, and they'll never care for themselves." That's why a lot of, and it's so sad.
Right.
A lot of young babies went to these facilities that never needed to go there. Now, forget about it. Parents take care of their kids. They don't care what disability the kid's born with. But yeah, back in the 1950s, it was a totally different ballgame.
And it's not even that long off. People think that's 100 years ago, but that's people you're talking to today.
Yeah.
That's I'm literally having a conversation with you. If you 20 years earlier, you'd be 70, whatever it is. It's not too out of the picture.
And it sucks too because like in the 80s, I was a youth worker. So I used to work in the kitchens and stuff. So a lot of these, I forget I don't want to call them inmates. They were the residents of the facility, the disabled residents. Half of them did not look disabled, but because they didn't have the proper education, and they'd been there because this was the mid 80s that I was there, but these people had been there since the 50s. So they had nobody to educate them. So they were legitimately disabled. Like it was very sad.
Yeah,
very sad.
It's very sad because, like I said, it's most of these things. Most of these problems we have as humans and civilization are self-inflicted from us because we're misinformed, and it's just teaching each other more things can solve a lot of these bigger things.
Absolutely.
What I mean? So
absolutely.
That curve hopefully lessens. As
true. But let's talk about something fun. I don't want to depress
good,
your viewers.
Dude, man, that was awesome. That was good stuff. I was gonna say, I think we got a lot of stuff. If anything, We could do a little outro if you have any. What was your page again? Did you have? It was Joe Jerez, right? Or
Well,
Joseph
yeah, now
Jerez?
I have a new Facebook page that's strictly for the acting. It's under my full name, Joseph Anthony Jerez.
Okay, so I'll
that's
shout that one out.
That's what I act under, my full name.
Okay, sweet.
And
So,
if you know,
Joseph Anthony
anybody who
Jerez.
wants to look up my resume or anything like that, it's, you know, you can, my IMDb, everything's under Joseph Anthony Jerez. Or you could just Google Joseph Jerez, Jerez. I'm the first one that pops up.
Oh, don't rub it in. That's awesome. I love to hear that. Congratulations with that as well. It's not easy, man. You got to put a lot of work in to get to that spot.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh man,
Appreciate
well, just want to shout him out again, Joe Jerez, Joseph Anthony Jerez on all social media. We appreciate your time, appreciate your story coming in. It's very inspirational to us. It's always an honor to have you in.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Appreciate you spending I know you're a busy man. You got a little hour or two for us. It means a lot. You coming by, supporting our journey. He saw us a couple months ago for the first pod. Check it out at the official website, guys, YouTube. theofficialwebsiteguys.com for any small business in your community that needs a website. We're more than happy to help. Provide full ownership and customized options for your business built around you.
This is the team you want to use, guys. Trust me.
Appreciate that, man. That means a lot.
No problem.
Shout out to your journey. Shout out to everyone. God bless and thank you very much. Have a great day.
No, I can never erase these feelings. Thinking my pen was a strap, how I'm killing. Spilling my mind on the paper, not drilling. Even when I get defeated, I'm healing. I'm on.